Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be in this beautiful world. Thank God it's Monday. And here is a morning update of Bitcoin. This is Hejin Lee, and I look forward to having an opportunity to help as many of you as possible, regardless of what level of technical analysis you might be. I also look forward to an opportunity to learn from any of you with any new ideas as well. Those of you who are new to technical analysis, welcome. My blog is aimed with a single objective, and that is to help and do no harm. That is the objective of my blog, I esteem it. I want to be able to share as much of the information in technical analysis, experience, the know-hows, and the techniques with as many of you as possible so that you can self-analyze. You won't need someone like Hedgen. You won't need anyone else who wants to charge you $30, $40 or even $499 a month for a subscription of analysis. I think most human beings want to find a guide and blindly follow. I have that experience myself. In my early days, I did that. I lost a lot of money. And it dawned on me that I got to do it on my own. And I have to be able to analyze it on my own. For that reason, I almost intentionally go out of my way to avoid reading other analysis or reading other Elliott wave counts. Because I myself am human too. I don't want to be influenced by others' call for crashes or bull runs or what have you. Especially when my count is counter to what they're saying. And if they read so convincingly and compellingly, I as a human being will be influenced by that, and it'll muddy my analysis. So having said that, this is my count. And I'm trying to do a bit of a discernment here. It's been following the pathway pretty well. You could tell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A very nice channeling mode. I'm expecting a bit of a correction. Because I'm thinking maybe this is wave 1. But until proven so, I'm just going to leave the labels the way it is. Prices did breach 4,400, and now it sits at 4,408. I'm thinking maybe if there is a correction, it would be nice to have that correction. So a few possibilities here. Could have a nice head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. This could be another possibility where, what do you call that? An ascending right triangle. In fact, let's just use it as it is. An ascending right triangle on a rising trend is very bullish. So that means if this is an ascending right triangle, and look at this. The decline in volume confirms it. And over here it's coming to a lot less than what it was upstream. Why is this an ascending right triangle? I draw a line across the peaks, horizontal, and then across the bottoms, which inclines. And if you took high school geometry, it gives you a right triangle. And when the line is ascending, it's bullish. If you have a pattern where the line across the tops is descending, then you have a descending right triangle, which is bearish. All of these patterns are in the book that I had recommended. And in full disclosure, I get zero, zippo, nothing for recommending those books. I don't care about getting those things. I don't need it. I only recommend those two books. These two books here, The Elliott Wave Principle by Frost and Robert Prechter. And this, a true gem of a book. I have the 7th edition. Study it, memorize it, practice recognizing the patterns. I get nothing for recommending these. I don't want any cynic to come on saying, oh, Hedgen's recommending the books so they can get sidekick payout. No. Those kind of payments mean nothing to me. I have no desire for those. And I lost all my markings that I made. Okay, no problem. Here's the horizontal line. Here's the inclining line, ascending right triangle. What do you call this? The point where the horizontal and the ascending line cross. What is that called? That's called the apex. How do you calculate the minimum trajectory target for an ascending right triangle? It's really easy. Take a line, draw a line parallel to the ascending right triangle. Go to the apex. Draw a line vertical until it hits the parallel line. The point at which it touches 6,071. And if that's the case, Could be like so. Where will label B, C, 5, 3, 4. It doesn't mean it's going to go vertical to that right away. It'll take time, just like here. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2, 1, 2, 1. They call this 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm expecting some kind of a correction here. Doesn't have to, it's not required. Let's say we do. Let's say we get a correction right here. This horizontal line becomes the neck line. I have a left shoulder. Right shoulder. And a funky looking head. If this happens, this is again a bullish pattern. If this is confirmed and completed, let's measure the minimum target trajectory. How do I do that? I take the bottom of the head price, draw a vertical line until it meets the neckline. So, head and shoulders has a left shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. When you draw a line across the bottoms, that line is called a neck line. Get it? That's what a neck is. Head, shoulder. It's like those cactus, the cowboy cactus, just the top portion of it. This is called the left shoulder. The head has to be higher than the both shoulders. If you cut it in half, the better the symmetry, the better the pattern. There are lots of variations of this. You can get double shoulder, triple head, double shoulder. Tons of variations. Skewed variations too. That'll count. What is the opposite of? What is the opposite of the head and shoulder? This is head and shoulder top. Bearish. Price will decline. But what I'm now talking about here, come on, delete. It's head and shoulders bottom, which is bullish. Upside down head and shoulders, basically, or inverse head and shoulders. And I measure the target by going to the bottom of the head, draw a vertical line to the neck. I don't want to do the math. I just copy and paste it and put it on top, right on top of it. Just as effective. This is the minimum target. So let's go back here. Copy, paste. Not too far. People, this is not an accident. Because everything is Fibonacci related. And this is the power of technical analysis. not too far off. So I hope this has been helpful. I've laid out my forward-looking discernments on the pathway for Bitcoin prices. Let's see how the prices work out today.